What goes on at the Food Network?
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot more involved than you think. Everybody always thinks when you go on these shows, you just go and you bake. But really, there's days of interviews and hair and makeup and things that they need to check to make sure that the show runs fluidly when it is time to bake. For the first day when we got there, they wanted to do interviews and check our wardrobe. So you had to come fully dressed in whatever you were going to wear on the show and meet the hair and makeup people who would okay your hair, okay your makeup, and tell you things to tweak so you would look better on television. They didn't want you to be too washed out or have too dark of lipstick, or if anything didn't work with the cameras and the lights. They made sure they told you what kind of shirt to wear, no big patterns because it messes with the cameras. Then we did interviews and went back to the hotel, and then the next day you came in to do the actual baking.
Okay, so it was 2 days you were there.
I was there from Monday to Friday of the same week. Monday we arrived, Tuesday we did the first set of interviews and hair and makeup, then Wednesday was the actual filming, Thursday was the exit interviews, and my flight left on Friday. The first day when you were there, they locked us in a room for about 10 hours straight, and we had no television, no radio. We weren't allowed to have our cell phones. Wow. We couldn't bring any magazines in that had to do anything with baking, so we just got to know each other, and I think that was by design. Yeah. We spoke with each other about our businesses, about our passions, shared things that we made. Everybody communally was nervous and terrified. So we bonded over that. And I think it made for better competition during the show because we kind of knew each other. And at this point, I personally was rooting for other people as well, and I didn't want any of my new friends to fail. And I think that feeling was mutual. I was very apprehensive about even going on the show at all because seeing shows like Chopped, where it's very cutthroat, I kept telling the producers when they called me on the phone, like, that's not me, and I'm not going to be that person, and I'm not going to plot against people, and I don't think I'm a right fit for that kind of show. And they kept telling me, no, this is a Christmas show, it's happy, we're friendly, and I think that's why I was cast on this Christmas show as opposed to like Cutthroat Kitchen or something like that, because that's not me.
No, doesn't seem like you at all.
No.
You have a great personality.
Well, thank you.
They wanted. So did somebody put you in there? How did they get to know you?
For the show itself, or well, actually the Food Network called the bakery. It was the casting agency hired by the show, and they were looking for people who had strong decorating backgrounds, and they saw our Instagram and Facebook pages and our website, and they called here looking for the person that made the items that were shown on those pages. And my mom answered the phone, and I heard her talking, and like, she kind of blew them off, like, sure, it's the Food Network calling. And I was decorating cookies across from her, and I looked up, and it was the Food Network, and I was like, Mom, just give me the phone. And I started talking to the casting people about what they saw, and that, yes, I in fact made all those items. And they sent me a packet, I had to fill out some paperwork, and then the process began to get you on the show.
That had to be very exciting. Were your kids really excited?
It was exciting. I wasn't allowed to talk about it though. That was part of the paperwork. I really wasn't supposed to say anything to anybody.
Wow.
And once I was confirmed to be on the show, it was even more hush-hush. And if I did win, there would be a possibility I would not win the prize if anything came out.
Okay.
So I had to,
make this
mom's the word.
Hush, hush,
yes.
Very hush, hush.
Because no one would want to tune in if they already knew what was going to happen.
Sure.
Yes.
All right.
They did challenge us. Part of the vetting process to make sure that you could be on the show is they would call you out of the blue and give you some crazy, wacky thing to do. Like, make a cookie that's 12 inches tall. And you have 24 hours to do it. And you have to use basil in the recipe and do this, this, and this. And it was things that you normally wouldn't have had in your portfolio. And they were doing it to test you, to make sure that you are capable of achieving these beautiful works of art that are on your Instagram page and the time amount that they give you on the show. They never told us what we were going to have to do, but now looking back on the tests that they gave us, it kind of reflected maybe what they were looking for a little bit, but by no means did they say, like, you need to do this. But if you really thought about it later, they were preparing you for things that were going to be asked of you. So I don't know. You like kind of tap into all your years of experience. And they did give us a walkthrough 5 minutes before filming. Like we have 5 minutes to see, this is the pantry, these are the ingredients, over there are the mixers, here's this. And there was a craft table over in the corner that had popsicle sticks and sucker sticks and bows and cute little decorations. And I saw the sticks and I thought back to myself when I made these little cute Easter bunny teeth with whiskers a year back. Like I'm gonna do something with a stick, because I wanted to set my cookie just a little bit above, to do something a little bit different so it would stick in the judge's memory when they're looking at all the different competitors' pieces. So during the walkthrough, I saw the sticks and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something with that. But really, we didn't know what was gonna be asked of us until that moment. So I would come into work at midnight and I'd get all my work done, and I busted my dupe all day working on my cakes. It was about 2:45 in the afternoon. I was almost done. So excited because I was going to go see my kids and have dinner with my husband. And my phone rang and it was California. And I had a feeling they were going to ask me something, and they gave me a challenge. And I cried because I had been at work since midnight. And now that meant I was going to have to do 12 more hours worth of work to prove to them that I could be on the show. But in the end, it was worth it, because I did prove to them that I could execute these crazy designs, and you had to supply them a photo. Now they told you didn't have to do it. If you know, timing didn't work out, you didn't have to, but they never confirmed with me I was on the show until like 3 days before I got my flight itinerary, because they want to keep everything all hush hush.
And keep the excitement building.
Yes, so I did everything they asked over and over.
There was an upside.
But it worked, it paid off, because I'm used to working under pressure and on a time schedule and on a timeline. And I think that really helped me on the show. Oh yeah, so on the show I made a Santa Claus beard cookie. For Valentine's Day, I'm making lip cookies. Super cute, same idea. You know, like a big mwah, a big smooch. These are gonna be available in the shop as well. And also we're doing some roses on a stick, so you can give someone an edible flower this Valentine's Day. And if you want to see more examples of my work and all the hard work that we do here at the bakery, we're on Instagram, Facebook, we have a website, lots of pictures there for you to look at.
What's your website?
It's stansbakery.com.
Stansbakery.com.
And on Instagram and Facebook, we're Stans Northfield Bakery.
Okay. We should say that the shelves are bare because
Yes. Because it's Monday.
Baking day.
Yes, we are closed on Mondays. We are open on some Mondays before Fat Tuesday, but this is the day Leslie gets all her stuff done and go to the bank and go to the dentist. So, but we're here special today for the presentation and for the interview.
I wanted to say to you, I thought when you kind of broke down at one point during the show.
Oh, I'm a crier. I'm a
But
crier.
it seemed like it's a very personal thing to you. The baking is very personal to you.
Absolutely, because not only was I going on this show as myself, but I was representing my entire family and all of our recipes that have been in our family for 60 years here, and in my extended family for 100 years. The gingerbread recipe was passed down from a great aunt, and if I went on a national stage and failed with things that my family has been producing in this community for years, that would not be good. And that would not reflect well on my parents and my grandparents' hard work. So I did have a lot of weight on my shoulders to make everybody proud and to really execute everything that I possibly could in the most perfect way. But we all made mistakes. Every one of the competitors, we all made mistakes. It was very, very difficult. There was a lot of pressure.
You made it look easy. Do you
well,
hope
good.
your daughters take this up?
Well, I want them to be happy, and if this makes them happy, then absolutely. It is hard work, and nobody understands how hard it is, because not only are we making edible pieces of art, they have to taste good. So if you're a painter, you could work for months on a painting, but no one's going to eat it. There's a whole other layer added to making edible works of art, because at the end of the day, they have to taste good and look good. So that's a hard thing to execute both at one time.
Well, I should say that when I was a kid, our bus driver used to stop here and let us kids come in and get donuts before we went to school. So that was fun. And I did not know this, but Leslie baked
the cupcakes, gender reveal cupcakes.
My my grandson's gender reveal.
Yes.
So I did not even
Very
know that was there,
exciting.
so that was exciting.
It's kind of cool how our little family has been involved in so many different people's weddings, baby showers. I mean, we follow the same family through the generations where I've done, correction, my mom has done the cake for their wedding and then all their children's cakes and baby shower cakes. And now those kids are getting married and I'm doing the wedding cakes and the baby shower cakes and the gender reveal cakes. So it's very cyclical, and it's kind of cool that not only has this bakery been here 3 generations, but we've been a part of 3 generations of the Nordonia community in their celebrations. So it's pretty awesome.
Well, thank you, Leslie. You've been awesome.
You're
and
welcome.
We're going to do a presentation for you.
Yay! Very cool.
Thanks so much.